After addressing COP22, the Global Climate Change Summit at the Mediterranean city of Marrakesh in Morocco, President Uhuru Kenyatta met some 30 African leaders to canvass for Foreign Affairs Cabinet Secretary Ambassador Amina Mohammed, who is eyeing the top AU post. Amina's candidature for AU Commission chairperson is evidently a big deal for Kenya. The state has invested heavily on her continental campaign, with Deputy President William Ruto and 4 other cabinet secretaries having reached out directly to more than 41 countries on the president's quest to build a consensus around the candidature of Ambassador Mohamed.
As the chairperson of the Africa Union Commission, this is African diplomat #1. She is the one who is coordinating all policies at the African level that impact African countries, but also present Africa to the rest of the world. That's how powerful that position is. If it's used well, then it's going to, it renders that particular person to be very powerful.
Coming from the UN Climate Change Summit, Kenyatta told leaders from Nigeria, Gabon, Rwanda, Seychelles, the Comoros, Sudan, Senegal and Chad, among others, that as a former Deputy Executive Director of the United Nations Environmental Programme, Ambassador Mohamed will be a steady guide for Africa as climate change agreements and actions are undertaken. As a Foreign Affairs Minister of a pivotal East Africa and Horn of Africa nation, Kenyatta added that she will hit the ground running on the most pressing peace and security issues on the continent, including terrorism, civil wars, post-election conflict and stabilization. And as a high-ranking diplomat, Kenyatta believes her experience in World Trade Organization negotiations and as chair of the recent WTO Ministerial Conference will allow her to build Africa's voice in multilateral trade negotiations and agreements. But one of Amina's key selling points is her intimate knowledge of the International Criminal Court as an institution and as a process. She mobilized an anti-ICC movement that might see many African nations walk out of the Hague-based court in protest.
And not just leading that movement, but actually giving very important logical explanations why Africans thought that ICC was bullying Africa. And you need such a strong leader at the African Union.
Candidates from Equatorial Guinea, Chad, Senegal and Botswana are up against Amina in the elections scheduled to be held at the next African Union Summit in Ethiopia, January. Somalia and Egypt have publicly said they will vote for Kenya, but in the complex AU voting system, most countries are likely to take their cue from their regional groupings such as the East African Community, Southern Africa's SADC or West Africa's ECOWAS. Sylvia Chebet, Citizen Live at 1.